Welcome back to another episode of the A&T podcast. I'm Aiden,
I'm Tavius.
and it's been a while. We're going on 3 weeks of just one day of filming, life hits you. That's all right. We're still doing it though. Hopefully next week we can get back on the track, but we'll see. Little quick overview. We'll talk about MLB, things that happened yesterday, wrapping up their season. Touch a little bit on NHL, NBA, and then college basketball is coming up, so we'll talk about that a little bit, and then dive right into the NFL news and how we did last week, our picks, and then go straight into college, get our underdog picks, and get the records that we had. So starting off with MLB, we had I thought that the Yankees showed a little fight, but couldn't pull it out. Freeman was on fire the whole entire series. Uh, some exciting times. Tavius is happy that the Dodgers won.
Oh, no. Don't get it twisted. I'm not happy the Dodgers won.
You're happy the Yankees
I'm
lost.
actually upset. These were the final two teams in the playoffs,
Yeah.
which I'll do a 10-second rant on that shortly. I'm just happy that the Yankees lost. And they lost in the fashion they lost. Aaron Judge, overrated. Been saying that all the last few years. Great regular season player, shows up in the postseason. Evident. Everyone saw that now on the biggest stage. But the fact that Dodgers can just sign people to like $1.2 billion from two people, and then go out and win the chip, it's bad for baseball, man. And now I heard they're in the Juan Soto sweepstakes. Hey, man, y'all just wait till us Astros get healthy and we get a full pitching staff. We're about to come for some heads in 2025. Early season prediction. Astros win it all 2025. There you go. There you go.
It's your prediction every year.
Hey, hop off my back. Okay.
Just saying. But, yep, so as we gain another sport coming up with college basketball, we're losing MLB. But still, a lot of sports going on. But, yeah. So, we'll have to wait until baseball swings back around in spring. But now we can take a look over at our NHL teams on how they're doing. Utah, they were at 4-4, got a dub, but then they also went into overtime and lost to the Sharks before their last game, which I was not very pleased with. But that's all right. I'm glad to see that we're above 500. Still got a point for the overtime, but just couldn't pull it out. Tavius, how's your team doing?
I'll say we won 2 games. Okay, we beat the Flyers, we beat the Blues, and then we lost to the Kraken 8-2. Okay, not our best performance. We're sitting at a 4-way tie near the bottom of the Atlantic, so love to see it. We play the Capitals tonight. Yeah, our defense is still a problem. But I still have hope. Yeah, that's about it.
I don't think we play until Saturday, so we got some
I
time
will say I have Utah Hockey Club's goalie Ingram in my fantasy hockey league, and he's been disappointing me. But the one game he played good last game, I did not play him, and that may come back to bite me.
keep him on the bench.
Oh, it's hard to. You get, for those that are into fantasy hockey, you get 3 goalie slots, 1 bench, 2 start. My goalie situation is not looking good. It's not looking good. Guys, I haven't started this bad in fantasy hockey in my 3 years playing. I got to recheck my record, but I'm like 5-18-2.
Jeez.
I might be 5-21-4 actually, because you get 10 points a week. But
Jeez.
Right now, we're beating the first place team. To be honest, I haven't been tapped in. Now we're about to tap in. We're about to come back, fellas. Don't worry. Um, yeah,
Been
that's all.
focusing on NFL fantasy, or
I'm in 7 fantasy football leagues, so it's just
I forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Hey,
Uh,
fellas, we're locked in. Okay, no more excuses.
um, all right. So now, team or the sport that's been started up. We got a couple games going on. NBA. Tavius, what have you seen so far from the NBA?
Uh, what I've seen so far is the Boston Celtics. They lost to the Pacers last night. Shot 57 threes.
That's
I
it.
don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. Um, I'm still upset with my Clippers and my man Kawhi Leonard not playing. Um, the Cavs being 5-0 is interesting. I think they'll be a great regular season team. We'll see how the postseason goes. OKC's undefeated. I feel like Boston Celtics, if they locked in on defense, they could be easily 5-0. Warriors are surprisingly 4-1. Steph Curry got hurt early. It's interesting. Um,
Yep.
Sixers are struggling without Joel Embiid and Paul George, to be expected. Bucks off to a slow start. Well, everything else is as expected, I think.
Tickets as low as $3 for that Milwaukee Memphis game. That's wild.
It's tough times in Memphis right now.
Yeah. If tickets are that low here in Indiana, I'm gonna have to go to some Pacer games.
Yeah, you should. Y'all don't play defense, but y'all can score though.
Um,
We
but
played the Suns again. Ugh.
yeah, there's been a lot of like doubling up on teams. I know that the Lakers
Yeah, I
played the
know.
Suns a couple times. The Warriors played the Pelicans back to back, um, which I think is kind of interesting and kind of doesn't that seem new? I don't remember them playing
Last
back
year
to
was
backs
similar.
like that.
Last year was similar, but like ever since they changed the schedule up like that,
Yeah,
you play teams in bunches. It's like
gotcha.
this is our second time playing the Suns already this year. We just played. I forget who we played. Yeah, the Suns have played us about to be twice tonight, Lakers twice, and the Mavs once. So it's like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah, I'm kind of in a dilemma. I don't know if I should lock in Kyrie. I got Kyrie on my fantasy team. Last time, right now he's sitting at 30 points, 30 and a half. Yeah, 30.5 points against the Timberwolves. If I don't lock him in, I'm kind of waiting to let him ride against Houston. But then he also is playing, I want to say, the Magic.
Real quick, when did you start fantasy basketball? You've never played that.
Um, I was asked at work, so they asked me to play. I said sure. Yeah, I got Kyrie. He's playing tonight against Houston, and then they're playing the Magic on Saturday or on Sunday. So I don't know if I should lock him in with that 30 points or let it ride and see what he gets. So
I'm confused at what kind
we'll
of
see.
basketball league you're playing in.
So basically, kind of the rundown of what it is it's the whole week based on that week how many games they play. So there's 4 games for Kyrie. He played. Uh, it was just had it pulled up. So he played the Jazz, he played the Timberwolves, he plays the Rockets and the Magic. So the first game that he played was the Jazz. He scored 28. I didn't lock him in because he was playing these other teams.
Wait, so you
La
can only play them 3 times?
what?
Never mind.
So you can pick which game to lock in. So
What
like
do
if
you
I
mean
lock
lock
in
in?
this, so if I lock in this game, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but
Oh, I haven't seen this kind of basketball league.
It's on Sleeper.
Oh yeah, I don't know. What you talking?
So I can either lock in as 30 points and a half for the week, or I can let it ride and see what he scores against the Rockets or the Magic. I can do that with all of my starting lineup, which I have Wimby, who scored 37 and a half points against the Rockets. So obviously I locked that one in, which was nice because he got hurt yesterday. Um, Jimmy Butler gave me 30 and a half against the Pistons. So I can lock all of these in for what I think is going to be their best game, or I can sit and wait until the very last game, or choose before the last game is played to lock it in. It is very confusing. I am still trying to figure it out, but I am starting to get a little better at the whole locking in and picking who I want. Um, but yeah, we'll see. So that's my dilemma. Waiting to see if I should lock him in before 8 o'clock tonight, um, or just wait and see what he does against Houston. I'm kind of waiting to see, trying to risk it, or I'm thinking about risking it to see how Houston handles them. But we'll see. But I am glad that basketball is back. Haven't got to watch much of it. Still with football going on and then just other things in my life. But I am excited to see basketball being back. And I did get a glimpse of the Lakers. I do like what I'm seeing from JJ Redick as the head coach over there. Um, but yeah, hopefully the Bulls can get rolling with Lonzo back. A lot of ball movement. Looks a lot better than last year. I am a Lonzo Ball fan. Um,
Hey, chat. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Chat. It's okay. Save him.
what?
Don't go too hard on him.
Is he out again?
Yep. Grade 1/grade 2 sprain wrist. Reevaluate in 2 weeks.
Well, hopefully he gets back healthy. Other than that, it is what it is. Um, but I do want them to be better. Indiana, since I am here, they have started off slow and bad. So hopefully they can start picking it up, because once they're good, the whole city's up and it's nice. But hopefully we can make a couple games. It looks like there's only $4 tickets for the New Orleans game at New Orleans. But other than that, yeah, glad to see basketball's back. Um, but next week we got college basketball coming back on Monday, the 4th. I know Florida starts off in like the tip-off tournament or something like that against. Oh, I don't know who it is. Um, but college hoops is always good to see back in action. Gets you get your research going for March Madness once that comes around. Uh, but yeah, Florida's looking good. We got a lot of returners from last year. Got Clayton coming back. We got Richards coming back. Got a couple people from the transfer portal. We got Martin from FAU. Um, so yeah, I got high expectations for this Florida team. I do believe that we are ranked 21 in the country. Um, when was the last time you guys were relevant in basketball?
A couple years ago, actually.
I'm talking about men's, not women's.
Yeah. A couple years ago, when we had Will Wade, then he had all those scandals and allegations, and he went to McNeese.
Uh,
Uh, but we're about to come up this year, though.
you say
But
that
also,
every
I'm
year.
going to preface, I'm an LSU fan, yes. But I also like Villanova. Um, yeah, that's about it.
I am very interested to see how Calipari does over there in Arkansas. I know that we've had a couple exhibition games going on. Some of them have made them public and people can watch them, and then other people have kind of had like secret games or practices with them. Um, Duke looks good with their lineup, Cooper Flag, and then they have number 7 who's a sharpshooter, and he's also pretty athletic. So Duke looks like a team that's going to be dangerous. Arkansas does look good. They did beat Kansas whenever Kansas came in. Haven't seen anything from UConn. I am interested to see if they're going to be as good as they were last year. Um, but as of right now, I'm looking at Duke to be the front runner, number one, or to climb their way up because of the way that they're playing. Um, but yeah, I just I like good basketball. If I watch it and I don't like it, like just watching the games. I don't like the one-on-one basketball. I think that's kind of taking over nowadays, but I don't know. Why'd you shake your head no? Like I don't.
First off, NBA is better than college basketball, hands down.
I disagree.
Um, College basketball is archaic. They're running the same stuff they ran in the '90s. Come on, man,
What's wrong with
change it
that?
up. I mean, what's wrong
Oh,
with
so
that? We see it.
do you want us to go back to, or do you want us to go to just one-on-one basketball to where, oh
They
hey,
don't
there you
play
go.
only one-on-one basketball in the NBA. You think teams are scoring 120 points just off one-on-one basketball? No. What are you talking about?
Just saying.
Nah, man.
There's
And
a lot
guys,
more one-on-one in the NBA than there is in college.
well, yes, players are better. So, I mean, not as many players can go one-on-one in college. They're not good enough.
Some are though.
Yeah, like who?
Cooper Flag could for sure.
He could, but even in the scrimmages, they're sending doubles at him.
Yeah, so
Exactly. So he can't go one-on-one because they're going to send doubles.
right. That's what I'm like. You can't send doubles in NBA because then you're just gonna get cooked by the guy that's you're doubling
Exactly.
off of.
That's exactly what I'm
But
saying.
I understand that, but that just leads to no doubles in or anything. So then that leads to a lot of standing around on the defensive end. Am I right or am I wrong?
Not true at all.
That is true.
No, it's not. See,
It's
guys,
soft defense to where
it's
I'm not
not
saying
soft
like
defense.
would you let me talk? I'm not saying as in soft as in like the players are soft. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah, I
like
know.
soft as like they sag off and then they run back out. So it's not technically a double and it's not technically they're leaving the person. Most of the time you see people drive into the lane, suck in the defense and throw it out. But a lot of the times they're just standing there, they show and then they go out. Where in college it's full out double guy. That's what I like. I think it's more fast paced and that's what I think is better.
Dude, it makes no sense, Aiden. What
How
you
does that
just
not make
explained
sense?
makes no sense. You can send full doubles in college because the other players aren't as good.
Yeah, you're gonna have the other guys beat you.
In the NBA, you collapse, then go out to your guy because if you don't, he'll just make the three.
I just said that,
I
but that
know.
slows
But
down the game.
how is that not as good basketball as getting fully double teamed in college?
Correct. Okay, correction. Quality of basketball is higher in NBA.
And
More entertaining basketball is in college. NBA doesn't get entertaining until there's either the in-season playoffs, which is like literally the championship game, or the playoffs, the regular playoffs. That's whenever everybody starts really playing, and it's like that. And you
I
NBA
would
players
say
even come out
post
and
All Star
say,
break. I'll say post All Star break.
yeah, because that's whenever people are fighting for playoff spots and they're trying to fight for like all that kind of stuff. But like right now, like you can miss a month of NBA basketball and still be okay whenever you like go back and look at it.
Well, is that the NBA's? I mean, you can't fault the NBA for they play 82 games.
No,
It's hard to
I'm
stay
not.
invested.
I'm
College, you
not.
play 30 to 40.
I know, and that's what I'm saying is that it makes it interesting. It makes it more entertaining to watch
Does it
because
though?
there's more games that mean more in college than there are in NBA.
Not true.
What are you talking about?
You can make the playoff going 21 and 10. The
Ex-
tournament.
Yeah,
So we're counting 21 and 10 as a good record.
I yeah, I would say
Okay.
so.
Look, guys. So Aiden, besides Florida, in like a top 25 matchup,
Yeah,
You're not watching a college basketball game.
that's not true.
That's crazy. So you're telling me you're
If
gonna
it's
watch LSU and UL Monroe on Wednesday next week?
probably not.
Yeah, all right then. You're
Just
watching Auburn,
do you
Vermont.
know what else? Do you know what else is playing right now? Football.
On a Wednesday, you're
Gonna
not
watch
watching.
football.
You're not watching Tuesday, Wednesday night football.
I have.
You're not.
I
You don't even know
have.
who played yesterday.
Yeah, I do. It was. I'm not
Name
even
three
gonna look it
games.
up. I'm not even gonna. 3 games is outrageous. I don't even think 3 games played yesterday.
Yes, they did.
I know what Louisiana played. Did they play Texas Tech or Texas State?
That was Tuesday.
We lost them. As he's trying
You
to call
lost
me
them.
out for not watching. So what was that?
I said that was Tuesday. Yesterday there were
Lost
two
them
games.
again.
You can you hear me?
Okay, so yeah, not so Tuesday was the
Yesterday there was two games.
Louisiana Texas State.
That was on Tuesday.
Okay, and then yesterday, mm, I looked at the slate. I know I.
I see my point exactly. You're not watching the games Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay? Let's not sit here and act like you are. No one is. I don't know why we're playing these games Tuesday,
Sometimes,
Wednesday.
but
We can play these on Thursday.
it's true.
Easy.
I agree.
But
I
you're
agree.
not watching next week. Next week you might watch Florida Monday, a game or here maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. But you're not watching till the following week when top 25 teams play each other. Those are interesting.
They are interesting, but I will watch the other games.
No, you won't.
You act like I. Yes, I will,
No.
and I do.
You don't even know who's playing.
You're right, because I haven't looked. I'm more
It's not
interested in.
interesting.
I'm more interested in the football. More interested in other games, as in Thursday night
There's
football.
no good game Monday. Not one.
I just know it starts off. I haven't looked at the slate. Like I said, I know Florida plays. I don't know who they. I want to say they play like Charlotte or somebody.
USF, I think.
USF. So
Yeah, there's no good games the first week of college basketball. The teams play scrubs to get a warm up
but
and hop in the top 25 play the next weekend.
yeah, but that first week is still meaningful. If you lose that game, it doesn't look good.
Okay. Michigan State lost to James Madison.
Huh? It didn't look good. A lot of questioning.
They're still a tournament team and they won a game, I think.
Not saying that you can't turn it around.
Okay, it's one game in the beginning of the year.
I'm just saying.
The only
I'm
good
just
game
saying
from the
a
first week.
10-game stretch in college is
No.
going to be more affected for that team in college than it would be a 10-game stretch in the NBA.
Not true.
True.
Not true.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah,
I say true,
everyone
obviously.
let him know he's a donut.
A donut. Nice. Calling me fat now. Okay. We've gotten to that one.
No, you don't watch enough British or Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, I do. You donut, you idiot sandwich. I know.
I just thought of the one where he has them blindfolded and
With the chicken?
he's like chicken, yeah, and then he's like some sweated onions and
Yeah, sweated onions, like some
it's
grilled.
chicken. You donut or you twat or whatever. He's like, okay.
Yeah. Alright, we're getting sidetracked. Shout out Gordon Ramsay.
Uh,
Oh, alright. So we got NCAA basketball starting up. I do hope that they come up with a video game with that. That'd be pretty sick. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
you're not playing that. What are you talking about?
I definitely would. But apparently
God.
Tavius knows me
This
better than
dude
me.
keeps lying.
not.
We can't let him get away with this chat.
I'm not. I'm not. Well, they'll have to come out with one and we'll see. But now on to NFL. Why are you shaking your head?
We might need to skip the rest of the NFL season.
Uh, let's see. We had some changes since the last time that we talked. It was Hopkins was that new, or did we already cover that?
We covered that.
I know that the Chiefs also got the Patriots pass rusher. Um, can't think of his. Yeah.
Not sure
Uh,
Uche.
but yeah, let's hop right into it. I can't think of any other NFL. Oh, actually, I can. It's from a guy that went to this school, Mr. Anthony Richardson, tapping out in the third
Oh
quarter.
yeah.
To me, it's unacceptable, especially at the quarterback position. Coming out and saying that you're tired. I agree with Micah Parsons, what he said on his podcast. Whatever you do, do not say that you're tired to national TV, or just to where anything that's going to get out in the public. He says, say that your hip was hurting, say that your shoulder was messed up, and you just wanted to check on it for one play or a couple plays. But don't tap yourself out and say that you're tired. Because I can tell you right now, the 5 guys that are blocking for you are probably a lot more tired than you are.
Okay. I have to step in. Actually, go ahead, finish.
Well, I just think that you're one, you're a professional athlete, and that is your job. And I'm not saying that you're not going to get tired, but you didn't play for the last 2 weeks because of injury. And during those 2 weeks, obviously you need to take mental reps, but also you need to get your body ready for whenever you do come back in. And this is me as a Florida fan, right? And I loved Anthony Richardson. I thought that he was going to be pretty good in the NFL, and right now he's not been the best. There's been some glimpses, but a lot of it has not been what I thought. Do I think the Colts should give up on him? No. Do I think benching him is the right way? I want to say no, but I do see their stance on what they have to do, so I'm not too mad about them benching him. But I think he just needs to grow. I think he needs to have more development and kind of just sit back and kind of see it before he actually just goes in there and gets into the fire. I also, on another note, did think that it was going to be better for him to get out and jump into the fire and kind of deal with it that way, but after the last couple weeks, I mean, it's kind of just showed that maybe he's not fully ready for that. And then again, it just looks bad whenever you're tapping out. I mean, I talk about it all the time. Like, a lot of guys will literally stay out on the field until they get carted off or carried off, and you're willingly to go out and then come back in. He did come back. He did throw a touchdown to get them back into the game, and then got sacked on the last second. That's just unfortunate. I think you need to let the ball fly in the air like Jaden Daniels did, but we'll get to that later. Instead of taking a sack, you can't take a sack there. You got to give your team a chance. But yeah, I think there's a lot of, I hate to say like growing up, but like there is. I think he's a good dude. I think he's good at football. I think there's just some things he needs to work out and get his mind right, and I think that he can be a franchise quarterback. Just got a lot of things to figure out and get used to. But hit me.
I want to preface what I'm about to say. 1, should a quarterback tap out at any point? No. Okay? There's ways for you to catch your breath at the quarterback position that doesn't require you to come out. Run the ball the next play. If it's third down, quick throw only. It's possible. There's some conditioning stuff he needs to do or something. He can get that corrected easy. But you should never tap out as a quarterback. But number 2, all these people talking about the O lineman never tap out, etc. Or Micah Parsons, you don't lie and say you were tired. Running O linemen are the only people that don't tap out. Everyone else subs out when they're tired. Everyone else, receivers, running backs, fullbacks, tight ends, D linemen, D tackles, linebackers are just different sub packages. So linebackers and O linemen don't really sub out unless there's different sub packages for linebackers. And then DBs, like outside boundary corners, they don't sub out. Safeties, depending on the packages, but most other positions sub out when they're tired. So Michael Parsons, like, you be subbing out when you're tired. Let's not act like you play every defensive snap. Only D end I know that plays every defensive snap is Max Crosby. Other than that, everyone else, they not playing every defensive snap. So I think people are overblowing it a little bit. Is it a bad look for Anthony Richardson? Yes. I agree with you saying he has a lot of maturing to do. He's only 22 years old.
Yeah.
So
That's what I also think like hurts him too, because like I'll admit, I was definitely against everybody saying like, oh, he only has 13 starts and blah 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 in college, and it's like, yes, he has 13 starts in college, but he played more than 13 games, so like he has experience at the college level.
no, he doesn't.
Yeah, he did.
He should have stayed another year.
I
Point
agree.
blank.
No, no, don't get me wrong. I agree. That was the one thing that I wanted to. I wanted him to stay one more year, to stay under Napier. But I mean, he's even came out and said that if he was going to stay, he was going to move schools, which I don't think would have been the right thought. And this is me being non-biased. I just think whenever you start jumping teams and you start jumping offensive coordinators, you're not benefiting from anything. Like once you get into a system and you really get under one coach that kind of helps you and like grows that way, unless you just like go to an automatic like great quarterback coach that can kind of help you do it that way. But especially in the college level, you don't have that every team that you go. Most of the time, especially now with college, you're going to jump to somebody that's going to give you the most NIL deal, regardless of offense, defense, whatever, coordinators, head coach. Like it's just that's the kind of college football and life that we're living now. But my whole point behind the whole 13 starts is that they kept saying like he doesn't have it. They almost made it seem like he doesn't have any experience as playing college quarterback. But the whole year before he did have the team was his. He was splitting reps with Emory Jones literally every other drive. So it's not like, don't get me wrong, he didn't play the whole game, but he did have college games that were meaningful that he did play in. And that's what bothered me. But now I can kind of eat those words, and I used to say that to you, and I say that to everybody, but because I thought that he was a little more prepared than what everybody was saying. But this is just showing me that he wasn't. And again, I can just eat my words, and like it's not something that I was right about. Like that's from college and NFL. I know that those are two very different games, but he needed to grow in college a little more. He needed to develop more, which I thought he needed to before he declared for the draft. And like I said, it's showing up. I think he's kind of treating it as college, and it's just not. It's not. I mean, he's gotten injured his first year because he was running like he was in college. Got injured this year running, and he just needs to understand that this is not like you're not running away from guys that are running 5 flat 40s. Like these guys are running sub 540s and can hit. So like it's just something that he has to grow to and recognize, and I hope that he can, and he can start showing like his ability. But yeah, it's kind of just, it sucks for him right now because of everything that's going on. Is it getting blown out of proportion? Yeah, I do agree with you though. Quarterback should never sub out. There are a handful of positions that don't, and quarterback happens to be one of them, and he did. So it's tough.
Look, guys, these Florida quarterbacks is coming to league and bust.
All right.
Florida doesn't develop good quarterbacks.
I was waiting for you to say something,
Uh,
but
Starting off
your
with the
LSU
Thursday night.
quarterbacks aren't looking too great right now.
Who? Who?
What do you mean who?
We have the two top five quarterbacks in the league right now. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
you're right. I did forget. Okay, hold up. Joe Burrow has not had the best year this year. Jaden Daniels is carrying you guys right now.
Stop. So Joe Burrow's not a top five quarterback?
As of right now, starting like right now,
Yeah,
don't think so.
really. Okay. Let's just compare stats.
Okay.
He's sixth in passing,
Okay.
third in touchdowns,
Okay.
three interceptions.
Which is
Very good. No, that's
oh,
because the way they do. I'm going based off I'm just like descending order.
okay.
The Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Love lead the league in picks, and they're at 9. Joe Burrow's at 3.
Okay.
Compared to the other top touchdown throwing quarterbacks,
Josh Allen hasn't thrown one yet.
and he's only thrown. He has thrown one. 14 touchdowns, one
Okay.
pick.
One.
So that's pretty good. Joe Burrow's 15-3.
Okay.
QBR, Joe Burrow's number 1.
Okay.
Passer rating, Joe Burrow's number 5.
Okay.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? They are
right now top 5 quarterback in the league. Top 5. I
name
don't.
5 quarterbacks playing better than Joe Burrow right now. Go.
Uh, Josh Allen,
Sure.
Kirko,
Who?
Kirko.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Kirk Cousins is currently number 10 in QBR. Okay, sure. 14 touchdowns, 7 picks, 2-1 touchdown interception ratio. Okay, you're right. Versus 5-1. Yeah, okay, sure. Oh,
Jalen Hurts.
we didn't even look at quarterback completion percentage. Jaden Daniels number 2, Joe Burrow number 4, Kirk Cousins number 9. So whatever.
Did you hear my other one?
You said Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins, which I don't agree with.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh my god.
What do you?
No.
All right. Whoa. I'm gonna go back to something that we've always debated. Dude, they just had a head-to-head, and Jalen Hurts beat him. He played better than Joe Burrow. Jalen Hurts is better than Joe Burrow. I'm taking your logic and putting it right back at you. That is
No.
what you always said. Yes. Yes. They played head-to-head,
No.
and they beat him.
Okay. So we're gonna sit there and act like. Okay.
No, I'm no, don't.
No.
I'm trying to do this. Hey,
No, I'm
chat.
about to
This
pull
is
up the
what
stats.
you used to do in college. Ready?
Stop it.
So
No.
whatever. See, Kyle Trask, whenever he was at Florida and played LSU, whenever you guys had Max Johnson, I said Kyle Trask is a better quarterback than Max Johnson. You said nope, not true. Max Johnson beat him head to head. Max Johnson's better than Kyle Trask, and you died on that hill. So guess what? I'm dying on this hill. Every quarterback that has beat Joe Burrow is better than Joe Burrow this year.
That's not how that works. But okay.
That's how your logic is. And look at that. They've lost 5 times. So 5 quarterbacks that are better than Joe Burrow.
Because it's Joe Burrow's fault. His defense
Boom.
is top 5
Nope.
worst in the league.
No. We've covered this as well. It sucks for a quarterback. It doesn't matter if your defense sucks or not. If you lose the game, it's your fault.
So I just provided all those stats.
And they don't matter.
Oh yeah, stats don't matter. Okay.
You're right, and that's what you used to tell me, so I'm bringing it back to you.
Sure.
It's full circle, chat.
Sure, buddy.
Full circle. I had stats to back it up, too. I even had screenshots that I sent you.
No, you don't. You don't have screenshots. It's fine. Look, I can sit here and say Kyle Trask is a better quarterback than Max Johnson.
You wouldn't.
I
Oh, you wouldn't.
I just said it now.
but you wouldn't back then. It's crazy.
That's just me
Hey,
saying
chat,
that
he's
because
switching up because it's on recording now.
I'm just look. I'm just being honest and truthful. Jalen Hurts technically had a better game than Joe Burrow this past weekend.
Yeah, so he's better.
Sure. So you're telling me you have a chance to draft Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts. You're choosing to draft Jalen Hurts.
I mean, at that point, you're picking your poison because both of them went to a Super Bowl. They just haven't won. So I mean, you're still getting the end result.
One of them is more turnover prone than other.
I agree.
I'm glad that you agree.
But like I said, I mean, like that's just like a bad comparison because they've done the exact same in their career. Just one has more turnovers.
They have not done the exact same. Hurts has been a lot more healthier than Joe Burrow.
But I'm saying they both have made it to a Super Bowl and they lost.
But Jalen Hurts has had more opportunities to make Super Bowls than Joe Burrow has.
One more year?
Two.
Yeah, I forgot. Joe Burrow tore his ACL.
And then his wrist injury last year.
I thought it was his calf.
Wrist. It was calf at the beginning of the year, and then it was his wrist, like halfway through the season. But yeah. Okay, you said, so how about this? You take back Kirk Cousins, we'll give you Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. You name three more.
I would have said Sam Darnold.
Nope.
I said I would have. I would say Matthew Stafford whenever he has a healthy team.
Oh, okay. No. Losing record, nope.
Joe Burrow has a losing record.
Exactly. So would you rather have Matthew Stafford or Joe Burrow right now?
Matthew Stafford.
You're outside of your mind, but okay.
I'm outside of my mind.
You haven't named Lamar Jackson.
I was getting there. Him and CJ.
Not
Actually, no. What am I doing? Purdy.
Not Brock. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you're listening to all these people that just turn the ball over willy-nilly. You don't care about turnovers.
Winning games. That's what I care
All
about.
the players you also listed have better defenses than Joe Burrow, so putting that out there.
All right. Well, we're getting off track on this podcast by a lot, but it's good. We're talking about all of our insights and opinions. But I will go ahead and let you talk about your beloved Saints over the weekend.
No, let's just go in order of the games. I'll get to it when we get to it.
All right. Rams last call, controversial with the face mask, but I mean at the end of the day, I don't think that they're gonna win the game. He was in his end zone whenever it happened. It's a lot of field to work in a short amount of time, and down by 2 possessions. So I mean, it's just tough. Anything from that game?
Nope. Rams offense looks scary. Now that they're fully healthy, if they can stay healthy, they're a team to watch out for.
I'm going to skip down to the Ravens-Browns. That game was, you got your wish once Jameis Winston started, and he did what they needed to win. The Ravens have been a very wish-washy team this year. They could be really, really good, but I don't know what's going on with them. But the Browns didn't look too bad with Jameis Winston at quarterback.
Yeah. Browns are going to be a team to be weary of coming up. It's not going to be an easy win. Ravens should have won this game. Before the touchdown pass, Kyle Hamilton dropped the pick dead in his chest. That's why you catch with your hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Agreed.
But he's also a DB. You know, DBs can't catch, so.
That's why he's on defense.
Yeah. The weirdest game of the week. Lions, Titans. Less than like 100 yards passing, 50 points.
Yeah, but kind of expected the Lions to blow them out, just like you said, 100 yards passing and 52 points. Um, Cardinals, Dolphins, Tua coming back. It's Tua's game. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals pulled it out over the Dolphins, though. But Tua slid and got the crowd hyped up, so.
It would have been funny. He just tried to test.
Well, now he's got like an extra safety helmet or something like that. It's like it's got something on the inside that's, I don't know. There's I have thoughts on helmets and how to eliminate concussions and stuff, but that can be for another time. Um, but yeah, I'm glad that they brought him a new helmet and he's sliding and being smart about it. So hopefully he can continue to play and have a good, healthy career moving forward. The Jets losing to the Patriots caught me off guard. I did not know that. I did not keep tabs on that game at all. But
Jets are in shambles.
yeah, they are. Falcons, Bucks. Falcons pulled it out. Just gonna kind of go rapid fire. Packers, close one with the Jaguars. I know Trevor Lawrence tried to make it a game near the end, but Packers pulled it out. Colts, Texans, we kind of touched on that. Anthony Richardson threw a touchdown at the end to bring it in within 3. Got a chance to kind of throw it down the field with his crazy arm, but then got sacked. And then fumbled the ball to ice it for the Texans. And now I will let you loose. Tavius, tell us about your Saints.
Spencer Rattler got benched for Jake Hayner. Offense looked a lot better with Jake Hayner. I was saying all along, I know all the Saints fans and people wanted to see Spencer Rattler go and see what they have. No. Dude, I don't know. It's not a time to see what you have in a young quarterback. It's a time to let's win a football game. Jake Hayner's more ready to win a football game than Spencer Rattler is. So I don't know why we didn't go as Jake Hayner in the first place. Yeah, this team, I mean, the game was a lot closer than the score indicated. Chargers really scored on 2 big offensive plays. Other than that, they didn't do much offensively. Saints just couldn't move the ball. And when we did start moving the ball, penalties set us back. We couldn't get a first down. And I don't know. It's the most confusing Saints season I've ever had in my life. Looked so good. Injuries happen and we look so awful. It's not even funny. But yeah, I mean, season's technically salvageable, but I don't know. I think if we lose to go on a 7-game losing streak, it's only a matter of time before Dennis Allen has to get fired.
Who would you want to see come in?
I have a couple options. Either coordinator for the Lions, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn. They both been with the rebuild with the Lions with Dan Campbell. Aaron Glenn and Dan Campbell were with the Saints before getting promotions with the Lions. So they were with the rebuild in Detroit where things were really bad. Seeing greater pastures now. Aaron Glenn has familiarity with the building, being a offensive or defensive assistant with the Saints. Ben Johnson's an up-and-comer play caller. Either of those would be nice. Maybe a Steve Wilkes. I don't know if he's coaching right now, but he was last year with the 49ers. Super Bowl experience. We just need someone new. I hope Clint Kubiak gets an offensive coordinator position because I think his offense is good, but the team hasn't been healthy enough and not enough good pieces and depth to really flourish.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's not a good situation to come to anyway. We have awful salary cap issues because of our GM being in win now mode for the last 4 or 5 years, and we haven't made the playoffs consistently. So I don't know. If we lose to the Panthers and then to the Falcons in back-to-back weeks, I might have to come out here with a brown paper bag. That's how bad it's getting. But I mean, technically still salvageable, but it's looking rough out here, man.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bounce back next week or this week. We'll see if you ride with them again this week or not. See if it was their last straw this past week or not. But yeah, I mean it's funny they were on such a high at the beginning of the year, then get injured, and now it's just been very low. But um, yeah, Bills Seahawks. Bills coming out with the win there. Broncos beating the Panthers. Chiefs pulling out a win against the Raiders. And then the game Bears and Commanders. We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll come back.
I mean, it's not even much to say. It's a
Well,
inexcusable last play for the Bears.
yeah.
Commanders got fortunate that the Bears lapsed their judgment for one play.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Pat McAfee said it best. It's almost like a movie, right? You have the dude who's very confident, very cocky, and brushing off the crowd, and then turns around and runs over to the pile, and he's the one that hits the ball up to go to the wide receiver in the back. Dude in the back was just at right place, right time. That ball could have bounced literally anywhere else, and it went straight to him. So bad luck for the Bears.
I wouldn't even say bad luck. It's just lapse of judgment.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that, I mean, whenever we were in college, that's something that we practiced every walkthrough at the end. Bat it down, get it, like, box people out. Like, that's just something that we went through. A lot of people took it serious, and a lot of people didn't. And if you don't take it serious, stuff like this happens all the time. You get it's like, the Georgia-Auburn game. People just trying to bite it up or trying to catch it.
That's different.
They try to hit it, and it bounced right over there.
It's a 4th and 34.
I'm just saying. Just those scenarios do happen, so being prepared and executing them the right way, it just stinks. But 49ers beat the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's turnover machine. And then the Steelers beating the Giants. Russell Wilson's coming in and taking control of the Steelers. So
Yeah.
we can go over and flip over to this week's slate. Got Texans Jets.
Give me the Jets. I'm upset.
Got Jets.
I think the Stephon Diggs injury is going to really hurt this Houston offense. I don't know if the defense can hold on enough to. I think Jets short week. I mean, at some point they're going to start winning. I feel like. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Houston here. Even though that they do have the injury with Diggs, I know that they did use him, but C.J. Stroud's pretty good at distributing the ball with his wide receivers, and I think that the short week is actually going to hurt the Jets. I think that they need all the time that they can get with building the chemistry that they need and just getting back to winning ways, even though they have not found them yet. So I think this game's going to be for Houston to take. I do believe that they're doing I think the Jets are wearing their black unis, so that's pretty cool. But they're going to look cool losing. So moving on to the Cowboys Falcons.
Give me the Cowgirls.
Back-to-back weeks.
Yep. Atlanta's defense is very suspect.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys play better on the road.
They do.
So
They do. Um, yeah, this one's I'm kind of up in the air because I think the Falcons play good at home for the most part, but the
yeah.
Cowboys play pretty good away for the most part. I feel like this game's going to be a coin flip game. Just to be different, I'll go Falcons, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys pull it out. I think Dak and him turning the ball over so much that can just it can boost up the Falcons' defense, even though that they have been kind of sus. Um, whenever you have a quarterback on the other end that's just throwing it to you, gotta give you a boost, and that's about it. Dolphins, Bills. I'll go quick here. I like the Bills. Bills have been playing some good football, and then I think Tua coming back. I do think it's going to be a closer game, but I do have the Bills pulling it out.
Give me the Dolphins. Revenge game for Tua.
All right. Raiders, Bengals. I got your Joe Burrow Bengals.
Agreed. First
I think
home win of the year for the Bengals. Rising.
I think yeah, I think this is they need to get to their winning ways, and they don't have much time. So I think they started off with this one. Chargers, Browns. Oh, I didn't even. We'll pick these, and then I'll go back to what our record was last week. I didn't even share that, but Chargers, Browns. This one is kind of up in the air for me, especially with Jameis and the way that he played last week. Give me the Chargers.
I'm riding the Jameis Winston train. Give me the Browns.
Pats, Titans. That one's pretty easy for me. I got Pats.
I'm gonna go Titans.
I think we have picked opposite every single game. Nope, Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals is the only one that we have the same. Commanders, Giants. As long as I don't think um, Jaden Daniels is questionable, is he?
Nah, you'll play.
Okay, so yeah, give me the Commanders.
Also taking the Commanders, so I'm breaking the streak.
All right, Saints, Panthers. Give me the Panthers. Just kidding. I'll take your Saints.
It's interesting because I am taking the Panthers.
Wow. Are they starting young again?
Yep.
Yeah, I think the Saints will pull it up. Ravens,
Although,
Broncos.
real quick, I think I just need to reverse psychology these Saints and just pick against them, and maybe they'll just start winning. So,
Maybe. We'll
at
have
the
to
end of the
see.
day, I'm either going to be happy that I'm wrong, or I'm going to at least improve my NFL record week to week by one game. um, so,
Broncos, Ravens. I think the Ravens are bringing out their purple unis and the purple helmets, which I think are arguably one of the best uniforms that they've had. Might be best uniforms in the league, alternate wise. Before you jump on me, I really like the matte purple with the gold helmet, gold face mask. But I think that's gonna bring some energy to the stadium, and I think they're gonna pull out the win against the Broncos.
I'm also taking Baltimore.
Jags, Eagles. I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles. They look really good at full strength. You said the same.
Mm-hmm.
Bears, Cardinals. Bears, I mean, they play better whenever they're on the road.
No, they don't.
Cardinals, huh? Oh, no, that's right. They play better at home. Um, I did get that mixed up. Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
They give me the Cardinals as well.
Lions, Packers.
Game of the week.
Yeah, but give me the Lions.
Also taking the Lions.
Rams, Seahawks. Give me the. Ooh. Go ahead and give me the Rams on a 2-game win streak.
Give me the Rams as well. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game same pick streak.
Vikings, Colts. Give me the Vikings.
Give me the Vikings as well.
Just copying me at this point, ever since I said anything. Tampa Bay Chiefs. Chiefs on prime time is hard to beat, so give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs as well. So look at this. We ended on a 7 game same pick streak. Which
We'll
means we
see.
picked 9 games the same, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games differently. So we'll see who does the
Better week. So, last week, after going through all the games, Tavius finished 8-8, and I finished 10-6. So we'll see if.
Just throw out that Saints game.
Oh, can't. Sorry. So we'll see if I continue to do pretty good, stay positive, and we'll see if Tavius can get above 500 next week. Now, moving on to college football underdogs. Let's see here. Go over last week's. Pretty quickly. Bow. Last week's underdogs, Tavius picked Washington, Cincy, Navy, BYU, and Illinois. I picked BC, Boston College, Auburn, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech, and Vandy. We both finished 1-5. That brings up our total record to the same again at 15-37. Texas Tech almost pulled it off for me, but couldn't. Then going over last week's games, we'll just go through the total.
Who did better record-wise, and then we'll just briefly highlight games.
Yep. So Tavius did 15-6 last week, and I did 16-5.
Cheater.
Not a cheater. But I do want to talk about your LSU A&M game. I was shocked. I checked the score a couple times, thought you guys were doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden you guys lost. So give me the rundown. What happened?
So as I predicted at the beginning of the year, we can go back and look. I told you Connor Weigman sucks. He stinks. And that's what happened. We had a 17-7 lead, complete control of the game. Our defensive game plan for Connor, superb. Boxing him up. And then Elko. People were giving Mike Elko a little too much credit, like his defense was confusing Garrett Nussmeier. His defense was not confusing Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier, so I'll give Mike Elko credit for making the quarterback switch to Marcel Reed. We didn't know how to defend the read option, apparently. Come to find out. And they scored like 4 straight touchdowns. So that was a little frustrating to watch. Then, as they were scoring touchdowns, Garrett Nussmeier's like, let me try and force some of these balls because we need to get scores points to keep up. First pick, scrambling left, throws it to the middle, pick. Bad decision. Not confusing, just bad decision. Throw it away, live another down. Instead of giving them plus field position, and then they score 4 plays later. Next pick, on a first or second down, tries to throw an out route to the field, gets jumped, pick. Yep. Another poor decision. And then to put the cherry on top, a chance where we might have a chance to come back and make this game interesting. He throws a check down to the running back, 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, doesn't see the linebacker sitting right next to the running back. Interception. So 3 awful interceptions. Not because the defense confused Garrett Nussmeier. It's Garrett Nussmeier feeling the pressure of having to score points quickly, making poor decisions, forcing the ball. That's essentially what it came down to. And then the defense eventually stopped the read option correctly. Man, they were bending. And I hadn't. The first one, okay, fine. Come to the sideline, correct, bend, scrape, fine. They did it 3 straight times of the dude's reading. They both crashed to the running back, and he just scrambles for 40 yards. It's like, I don't know why we couldn't make an adjustment quicker. You just see Brian Kelly dumbfounded on the sideline. Like, what are we doing? So, I think it was more of lack of preparation is what it really was for the defense in terms of being ready for a change to happen. They weren't. They couldn't adjust quick enough. And then Garrett Nussmeier just forcing the football when he didn't necessarily need to. If we see this team again, you best believe we beaten them. Because I know this team can play better, both sides of the ball, a lot better than what they showed. And if you give us a week to prepare for Marcel Reed, I hope we see them again in the SC championship game. But I will also give A&M their flowers. This is a really good football team. And if they keep it up, they should make the SC champ game. And they should make the college football playoff. And Marcel Reed, great job staying ready, taking advantage. And he played good. Got to give it to him.
Yeah. Only other games that I really wanted to touch on were the Texas-Vandy game. I know that Texas looked like they were going to run away with it. Vandy comes back late, only loses by 3. And then Illinois-Oregon game. Illinois, we talked about it before we even hopped on here. Illinois should not be ranked. Oregon played pretty good. IU coming out with a dub against Washington. And then, again, something that we talked about before, which I think is interesting. Oregon might not make it to the Big Ten championship.
This is all scatter batter news. Don't listen to
it. It is. Some people are asking how is that possible? Well, basically, if Penn State and IU beat Ohio State by more than 1 point, those two, that is the head-to-head, because Oregon, Penn State, and IU do not play each other, so they have to go to the head-to-head. Oregon only beat them by 1. So those other 2 teams just have to beat them. They can jump Oregon to go to the Big Ten championship, and then Oregon can still be the number 1 team in the country and not play a conference champion. But it's all ifs, what ifs, and only it can happen or whatever. So we'll see. Any other games? That Louisville Boston College game, that was a good start to the weekend. Boston College looked like they were going to win it. Louisville came back and won. But Colorado's ranked again, or for the first time in quite some time, at 23. Deion Sanders came out and said, leave us unranked. We want to be successful in the dark.
Okay. Makes no sense. It's harder to win in the light than it is in the dark, but okay.
That's what he's saying. Well,
no, he's not saying that.
No, he's saying just don't give us our flowers now whenever you weren't giving it to us earlier. But
you didn't deserve it earlier. But okay.
Right. Underdogs. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Notre Dame forcing 6 turnovers against Navy. Just proved Navy. Well, they were moving the ball and then just fumbling and just making stupid decisions. So I don't think Navy's as good as people thought they were. They're also not as bad as what Notre Dame made them seem like. Mm-hmm. They're somewhere in the middle. The Army-Navy game should still be fascinating.
Yeah.
But I don't think Navy's going to beat Army. I think Army is a better football team, and we'll find out shortly when they play Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Bama blanking Missouri. That's the Bama football we're used to seeing.
To me, it was a messy game.
Oh yeah, I mean no touchdowns for thrown for Jalen Milrow, but
Yeah.
34-0. It's hard to leave any college team, even though Missouri's not as good as people think they were. They're highly overrated, but blanking them, even when your defense have been playing pretty poor recently, still impressive. I think going into their bye week before they play us, some momentum. We got one team doing this, one team doing this, so it'll be an interesting LSU Bama matchup in November. So,
All right. Now on to our underdog picks.
doo, 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 doo.
Tavius, you get to start off this week. I started off last week. Took a couple of your picks. So you get to go first.
This is gonna be a revenge pick, just because A&M made me salty. Give me South Carolina beating A&M in Bryce Williams Stadium.
That's a good pick.
I think this line is very interesting. I think it's a little too close. In my opinion, I think A&M should be about a 7-point favorite. The fact that they're only 2.5, I think they're giving a lot of credit to South Carolina. If South Carolina is able to run the ball efficiently, they're going to make this game close. If they can't and they need to throw the ball, A&M's going to run them their legs.
Yeah.
And South Carolina should be able to defend the read option a lot better than we could have. So it'll be an interesting game, but give me SC to win.
Good pick. Good pick. That was definitely one of the games that I was looking at. But had a backup. Go ahead and give me Pitt over SMU.
That's a good one. Kind of surprised Pitt's an underdog in this one.
So am I. I saw it earlier today, and not just like an underdog, like they're over a touchdown.
I know.
Next one for you.
Give me. I might regret this pick. Give me Louisville over Clemson.
I saw that.
I think
Another good one.
if I was actually betting, I'm picking the spread for Louisville, not money line. But since we are a show of risk it for the biscuit, give me Louisville winning. I think they're a better team than 5-3. If they're able to keep this close and take care of the ball, they should easily cover and make this game interesting. But if they don't, Clemson could easily run away with this. But I like that pick.
Yeah, I do too. That's a good pick. I want to, but I can't. I want to pick the Michigan State over Indiana, but I just can't. Give me Vanderbilt over Auburn. Coming off of a strong game against Texas, Auburn I think is going to get a little too happy because they beat Kentucky. So give me
This is
Vandy
also
beating Auburn.
surprising. Auburn's not a good football team. So
Yeah.
I might also highly regret this one. But give me the Cougars of Houston beating Kansas State.
All right, you're taking a book or a play out of my book. K-State that normally doesn't play good on the road.
Yeah. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Houston is coming off a win of Utah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Utah's been kind of doing this a lot recently, but they're able to play good defense and contain the run against the Wildcats. Wildcats have shown they can't throw the ball that well, so If they make this game ugly, I think they can cover. Winning is going to be a little tough, but K-State doesn't play well on the road. We'll see.
Give me. I really want to pick that Arizona game. Something doesn't feel right about it. Can't trust Syracuse anymore.
Nope, they looked awful.
5 picks, 3 of them were pick sixes.
I mean, if you just take back the pick sixes, that's a close game.
I know, but you know what? I'm doing it. Give me. No, I'm not. Give me TCU over Baylor.
That's a weak pick.
I can come back and pick it as long as you don't pick mine.
I said that's a weak pick. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying I can come back and pick the other game.
Yeah, I won't let you. Give me Florida beating Georgia.
That was my ×2 pick, you turd.
I know. It's funny, I have a different ×2 pick I'm going to do.
Jeez. I didn't even think you were going to pick that.
I just did that so you can scramble to find your ×2 pick. I mean, I'm going to lose. I don't think Florida's beating Georgia, guys.
And
Florida
we lost
sucks.
it.
But
Hey, chat. Share this with your friends so that way we can start getting a little funds to help Tavius get some Wi-Fi.
now I mainly did it because I know Florida won't beat Georgia. So that's why it's not my ×2 pick. But I'm trying to save Aiden from himself. He can't help it but pick Florida every week. So.
That was going to be my ×2 pick. Jeez.
Look at him, guys. He's worried. He doesn't know what to do.
No, I'm good.
This is why you have backup picks, guys. That's why you have.
I do. Give me. This is for pick number 4, and I lied. I'm not gonna pick Arizona. I just gave away my pick. Give me the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Over who?
Over Ole Miss.
That's wild.
Arkansas has a good defense. Ole Miss has struggled with good defenses. I've seen crazier. Vandy beat Bama this year.
I wonder who called that. Not to toot my own horn, but my ×2 pick. Give me a drum roll, Aiden.
Let's see here.
I know they came off a loss last week, guys.
Get ready.
But I don't believe in this team that's ranked. They're ranked too high. They haven't beat anybody of significance. Let me check their schedule before I look like an idiot. They haven't beat anyone of significance. Best win against Iowa, who doesn't have an offense. Give me the Texas Tech Red Raiders. So avenge your comeback loss last week to go in to Ames, Iowa, and knock off the Cyclones.
I like that pick.
pick.
That's a good pick.
Thank you.
And I was thinking of that one was going to be my other backup, but that's okay. Because as much as I don't want to pick these guys, I'm going to. Coming off a win last week. Oregon's never been to this place before.
Oh my God.
Give me the Michigan Wolverines beating the Oregon Ducks. As my ×2 pick.
Guys, let's just.
So, just to recap, Tavius has got South Carolina, Louisville, Houston, Florida, and Texas Tech. I have Pitt, Vandy, TCU, Arkansas, and Michigan. How are we feeling?
Let the record show. I picked one, two, three. I picked four double-digit dogs. Aiden picked one. Putting it out there. He picks cupcake games.
I do not. I had one that was close. The other one was over a touchdown.
What about the other ones?
Huh?
SMU Penn State 7.5.
Yeah, over a touchdown.
Ole Miss
Also, it's
Arkansas
not
8.
Penn State, it's Pittsburgh.
Oh, whatever. Ole Miss Arkansas 8 points. Who else you pick?
Over a touchdown.
Not double digit though. Vandy
Still
Auburn.
over a touchdown.
I'm not even gonna look. It's probably 6 or something like that. 3, something like that. TCU Baylor, not gonna look. 6-3. Michigan Oregon's their only
7.5 for Auburn Vandy, by the way.
one. You still only picked one double digit. I mean,
It's 2 possessions.
ladies and gentlemen.
Still 2 possessions. I stand by what I said.
Is it 2 possessions though?
It is.
Because they only need to lose by a touchdown to cover.
It's 2 possessions. Let's see here. All right. Top 25 picks. We got Boise State and San Diego State.
Give me Ashton Genty to get 250 yards to keep up his Heisman hopeful.
I agree. Give me
However,
Penn State. I mean, Boise State.
I think San Diego State's gonna cover. No, I think 23.5 is way too big.
San Diego State covers for Tavius. All right, Ohio State, Penn State. Who you rocking with? I disagree with the time of this game, but I don't make that. I think this is
Where's game day at this week?
stupid. Penn State, Ohio State.
And it's at 11.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Honestly, look, I'll do my pick first. My pick, Ohio State. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Ohio State's going to pull it out. If
I
this
agree.
game was at 7 p.m. Central Time, or whatever, 6:30, whatever. If it's at night and it's a whiteout game, Penn State's winning.
I'm surprised they didn't make this the whiteout game. They made
That's what
next
I'm
week's
saying.
against Washington the whiteout game. So I think Penn State disadvantaged there. But
Agreed.
I think either or.
I
I
agree.
think Ohio State wins this game.
And he lost. He lost connection again.
Yeah. I think
Guys,
either
help
or.
my man out.
Relax. I think either or Ohio State wins this game. Drew Allard being a game time decision doesn't sit well with me picking Penn State. But yeah.
Duke, Miami. That one's. I'm not wasting time on that one. Miami.
The U. Give me Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Give me Army.
Whoa. I got Arkansas.
We know you got Arkansas.
Both going Army.
Yeah.
All right, Minnesota, Illinois. Illinois is actually underdogs in this one.
Which is crazy. I wish I would have
Yes.
saw this. This would have been one of my underdog picks. But we already made those. Give me Illinois.
I'm gonna go Illinois as well.
But I'm not cheap like Aiden. So I can do that.
Yeah, I'm so cheap, guys. Got Michigan.
Give me the Ducks. Quack, quack.
What's a dude on TikTok who does like the CFB games? He was an Oregon Duck for a quarterback and quack 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 quack. I'll have to send it to you. It's pretty funny. Florida, Georgia.
I want to make note. I think Georgia's going to beat them by more than 15
You
points.
you can pick Georgia for this.
No, I think that just loses out on the idea of picking the underdog. So I'll go Florida. I want the audience to know that's more of a spiteful pick than it is a what I think's gonna happen pick.
We're gonna shock the world.
No, you're not.
Even though that we got news that our starting corner, who has the best corner rating,
Which
is
is
out,
really
and our starting slot receiver Trey Wilson is out. But we have people that can come in and help out defense and the offense, so I'm not too worried about it. I think DJ has had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, and I hope that he comes out and shows them what we got.
I think you should thank me for saving you a loss on your underdog record, but that's neither here nor there.
And if they win, I will be happy, regardless. Texas Tech, Iowa State. You went Texas Tech. I really like that pick, but Iowa State's at home. Give me Iowa State. Indiana, Michigan State. This one's tough, but give me IU.
Give me Indiana comfortable.
K-State, Houston. You have that one. Give me
And it's going to be
K-State.
raining, according to this AccuWeather. Yeah, it's going to be an ugly game.
South Carolina, Texas A&M. You have South Carolina.
Ooh,
I'm
it's supposed to be
also
raining.
gonna go South Carolina. Clemson, Louisville. You went Louisville. Dang, did you pick all yours top 25?
5 of them were, actually. Yeah, let's see.
Clemson, I'm going Clemson. Kentucky, Tennessee. Give me the Wolves.
Unfortunately, I wanted to pick Kentucky, but they have not looked good enough. And I think Kentucky's defense is going to give Tennessee's offense problems, but they should win. I'm going to say Kentucky covers, though.
Pitt, SMU. I got Pitt.
I'm going to go SMU, just to be different.
And then we got TCU and Baylor.
Also, I just want to make a quick note. The fact that Alabama's open as favorites at night in LSU is kind of ridiculous, but whatever.
Are you gonna pick this game?
What game?
TCU Baylor.
Nah, I don't care. Give me TCU.
Vandy Auburn.
I'll go Vandy.
USC Washington.
USC.
I'll go Washington. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's go Arizona UCF.
I'm gonna go UCF.
I'm gonna go Arizona. And then let's go Arizona State and Oklahoma State. I'm gonna go Arizona State.
I'm going A State too. Actually, I'm gonna go Oklahoma State. They haven't won a Big 12 game yet. It's kind of crazy.
That's why I'm going Arizona State. I think that's about it. Ooh, we got to do the toilet bowl. Northwestern versus Purdue.
Why are we doing the toilet bowl?
because I think it's funny that Purdue is a 1 point favorite.
I'm going Northwestern. Better football team.
Yep. I agree with you, but just to be different, give me the Purdue Boilermakers and their white helmets.
The fact that Notre Dame lost to NIU still perplexes my mind. I'm looking at the
Oh,
schedule right now.
yeah, it's nuts.
They should have won that game. This
Definitely
whole
should have won.
conversation would be totally different if Notre Dame was sitting here 8-0.
It would be. But, alright. Those are our picks for this week's. We're going over the picks from last week. Thanks for tuning in. And let us know your thoughts. What are your picks? What are your thoughts on last week? What do you want us to do different? What do you want us to do to add to it? Give us your thoughts. Go ahead, comment something on the YouTube channel. Uh, we'll start having some clips out on TikTok here, and hopefully either this week or next week. Gotta figure that out on my end. I've been slacking on the college pick'ems on Instagram. I'm doing it this weekend. Promise. Um, but other than that, thank you for watching another episode of the A&T podcast. I'm Aiden.
Octavius.
And let's enjoy another great weekend of sports. Finish the week off with some basketball and starting off with some football. So enjoy the weekend. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.